Today is the first day of the second half of the Major League Baseball season. Most teams have actually already played more than 81 of their 162 games. Mariners have 9 days off over the next 2.5 months, which is, I think, slightly better than what they had over the last 2 months leading into the All-Star break. And most teams have a couple of days off in September, which is great. But I thought today maybe would be a minute to talk about who I think should be winning awards this season. Not necessarily from the perspective of the Mariners, but just overall in the terms of Major League Baseball. Now, for the National League MVP, I think it's going to be Ohtani. And I think he's going to be the first designated hitter ever to win the MVP, because just look at what he's done with the Dodgers. He's done some absolutely amazing stuff, and he's not pitching yet. And yet I believe he still either leads the league or is very close to leading the National League in wins above replacement. And that's just something that's amazing. Now, for the Cy Young in the National League, that's a little bit harder because Paul Skeens is somebody who I think could win the Cy Young. Uh, But he's only got like 11 starts and doesn't have the 11 or 12 starts. Yeah, he's an all-star, but I don't I don't think that he's going to be somebody who they can do. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, Chris Sale, Zach Wheeler, probably. But I can make a case for Paul Skeens. If it were me making the vote, it's Paul Skeens. But who I think is going to win is going to be Chris Sale. Um, just because he has a better chance. I'm not going to make picks on Rookie of the Year because, I don't really know. It's really just the MVP and Cy Young who I care about. Now, over in the American League, I'm going to go with with Aaron Judge as the MVP. Or Juan Soto. It's going to be a Yankee, but I'm thinking it's going to be Judge, and I think Judge is going to break his own record. Um, Man's got a 1112 OPS, which is like super good. And that's with a month of slumping. And everybody has a slump, but just the Yankees, I just think that they're the team, they're the best team in the league, basically. Um, they have the biggest media market, which shouldn't affect the voting for who wins MVP or Cy Young, but it could. But Aaron Judge is just having a monster season, and I'm absolutely excited to see what he may or may not be able to do over the second half. Now, the Cy Young is more complicated because the Mariners rotation, the Mariners rotation all looks amazing, but none of them, other than Logan, are in the um, leading the league in terms of ERA. None of them are really leading their league in strikeouts. None of them have 10 wins, which is not good. But, but the whips and all of that, like the entirety of the Mariners rotation, I think is probably somebody who should get consideration for this Cy Young. Now, Renel Blanco threw a new hitter. If he hadn't been suspended, I'd probably say it's a good chance he could end up with it because he's been consistent throughout the season. But I'm going to go with Baltimore's Corbin Burns for the AL Cy Young, just because he's been doing really well, 9-4 in 19 games. We're giving up 100 hits yet this season, which is really hard to do. To not give up 100 hits in 20 games, that's so hard to do, and only issued 25 walks, which is among the fewest in all of baseball. Obviously, there's people who've issued 0 walks, but River guys. But Bill's happy with his 15 walks and 104 hits, but his 7-7 record in 20 games. That 7-7 record. Problem is the Mariners' offense is going to cost them the Cy Young. But yeah, that was just some quick thoughts on MLB awards for the season. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you tonight.